The AMD was the trade of the day for me. AMD is leading the market right now, even though Qs are going down 2%. AMD is very strong. So what I noticed in AMD that really held the VWAP for about 15 minutes. So I decided, came down, squeezed above the VWAP. As you see on the 1 minute chart here, I went long at 106.
At the time.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know that this was happening, would you have still held your position?
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. From Vancouver. As you see, it's raining outside. It's cold. It's end of May, but we're still in Vancouver. It's like a winter. I wouldn't be surprised if this snow starts. So today, market gap down, and QQQ was really choppy, but we had some really amazing trading opportunity. Was it now? Target had the earning. Gap down again, probably the guidance. I didn't read exactly why, but it really gapping down and was really beaten up, like down 25%. It took down the Costco with him. Home Depot yesterday, because of the guidance for the inflation, they went down. But overall, not a good day so far for the market. But trading wise, opportunity was really good. So I had the honor to trade with Jarad. Jarad trade Target, and he got me into long Target as well. So if I want to blame someone for my first loss, it would be Jarad. Jarad went long in the pre-market. He's going to explain that. So I did the opening range breakup, popped up, sold a little bit. And then on the pullback to VWAP, I added a little bit. I eventually got stopped out because, just lost the VWAP. Usually when the stocks are gapping down like that, opening range breakups, even if they're above the VWAP, you always have to have a little bit of question mark in your head that are they trustable? Because the stock are gapping down, so you're really having a headwind against your trade. Now it's kind of bouncing back, but again, that was one trade that I did. Let's show you 5 minutes as well. So it really punched through the VWAP, and I went for 1 minute opening range breakups, partialed out a little bit, added more, and eventually got it stopped out with $2,000 loss on that, unfortunately. But Jared is going to talk about that. His trade was actually in the pre-market, so he was in a much better situation than me. The AMD was the trade of the day for me. AMD is leading the markets right now, even though Qs are going down 2%. AMD is very strong. So what I noticed in AMD that really held the VWAP for about 15 minutes. So I decided, came down, squeezed above the VWAP. As you see on the 1 minute chart here, I went long at 106. Went all the way to the previous day close, and then on the pullback, I added heavy again. Because it was just really strong, and see I added again 180, and then I ran that all the way up to 104, and I'm still in there. I'm still in there. So that was my biggest win. So this really beautiful run. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to the R3 at around 104. It might do a couple of pullbacks, but it was really nice. That's Target, my biggest winner. So QQQ was horrible today, unfortunately. As you see here, if I want to talk about QQQ, gap down, never really pushed through the VWAP, and it was just chopping around here around this 300. It doesn't have enough power to punch through the VWAP and go up. At the same time, it's not going to break down either. That's not the plan on it yet. And that's why I tried to catch a couple of bounce through TQQ, but it turned out to be really choppy. At the open, I got the 1 minute a little bit, and then I got a little bit of chopped up here. Eventually, I got another one from 31 to 31.30, but it was just really choppy. And when you look at it, it's horrible, and better not to look at it. And that's it. So when it broke down, so TQQ is the long for Qs, SQQ is the short for Qs. So when it broke down the 300, I decided to, instead of shorting TQQ, going long SQQ. I don't really trade SQQQ, but I did get a quick bounce through from 53. But again, it's choppy in both directions. You can't really get a really good move on that. That's it for me. I'm going to close my day very successfully, very happily. And so the AMD was much biggest, the bigger winner for me, and I'm just sitting on it. Let's go and see what Jarad traded. Jarad, which one do you want to start?
Let's start off with Target. Did that one first. So as you mentioned, I saw some relative support at about 162 in pre-market. Started small. Was able to get sort of that morning rally, a little bit of imbalance on the level 2. We also looked at the option market this morning, so I had some preparatory data on the option side. 165 and 170 were your bigger strikes to focus on. So you see I took some decent profit at 165. Wanted to add, there was actually a bidder at 164, so I was looking to maybe get in with that bidder. But after that bidder moved down to 160, there really wasn't a lot of support, and I had to stop out on my ads. I tried again at 160 more for a scalp. So my size was a little heavier, risk was a little tighter, even added on a little bit of weakness, but I could never really get follow through, so I had to stop out. And at that point, it basically kind of found its way back to VWAP. So my risk management there, probably tight relative to the setup, but unfortunately just couldn't hold on for the small $2 move to VWAP. And then I made entries in AMC. It's not going to look super clean. Yeah. But so AMC today, I was looking at the rally that came from previous day close, kind of modeling out the size of the moves. So you get like an up thrust and then maybe like a 38% pullback, up thrust, pullback. I went ahead and took the high day break, and that was a little scalp. And then I started getting some size back into the pullback. I was getting pretty heavy in my size, and even as we tested like near 13, I did have my stop right under 13. You know, no matter how big I got, I had to stop out at 13. But you know, fortunately, that last ad was the low. We started to transition back to the highs. I took some size off for comfort. And then as we broke out, I just was able to scale into my target. So we got pretty much to 13.5 psychological. 1371 is a daily spike high. So that was definitely my, you know, primo target. And then now as we got to R3, it's actually turning into a bit of a parabolic, you know, move. So it's actually gone a little bit farther before topping out. So, you know, I hit my target. You don't really know if it's going to keep going, and even adding up here is a bit risky, but sometimes you get that just nice, you know, get all the shorts out and then form that top, that parabolic side top. So, and that's what we're seeing now.
Wow, amazing. That's excellent. Well, I noticed that you actually look very clean. I'm actually long SQQ. Qs are selling off, losing the 300. I'm actually long SQQ at 52.90. Just saying that. I noticed that your charts are really clean. You don't use any moving averages, no? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that beauty. I'm long on SQQ.
Not on the 1 minute. I don't find much value for me on the 1 minute. They are on my 5 and higher time frames, but the 1 minute is all about price entry for me. So outside of VWAP and the cams, which I do respect the cam pivots a bit, I really don't need much more information. Maybe just like the previous day highs and lows and the previous day close. So
yeah, awesome.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah, exactly. Less always is more. Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any question, email me. So today is Wednesday. I'm going to have a presentation on psychology tonight about to do and not to do for day trading. So I'm taking over that psychology session. If you want to come, elite members in the webinar room. And to pick capital traders, guys, I think we have the mentorship sessions in half an hour. So looking forward to see you there. And yeah. Thank you so much, Jarad. It was great trading next to you. It was very calming. I was really your voice is so, it's like a meditation. The guy in Headspace, you know, the option market is moving toward 164. Just like that. That was really awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.